Before I applied to do the course, I had been a stay-at-home mum for many, many years with 7 children. I had begun working in a preschool, but I just felt something was missing from my life. I started looking into different courses, degrees, but also level 3s and things like that, and just decided that university was the way to go. When I was at school, I did really well in my GCSEs, did really well in my A-levels, and university always seemed to be the definite path I was going to take, but then life got in the way and it didn't happen. It then became something that I just assumed would always be a regret for the rest of my life, that it was always something I'd look back and wish I'd done at 18 but would never actually do. I suppose I felt I had too many other responsibilities, just assumed I would never have the time to do it. For many years I had Googled different universities, different degrees, options that I had as a mature student, but always found a way of talking myself out of doing it. This one particular day I Googled and up came the Lifelong Learning Centre. When I looked into the courses, I realised I didn't have to go through UCAS, which was something I would have used to talk myself out of it. I could apply directly to the Lifelong Learning Centre. The deadline I hadn't missed, there was only 2 months till it was going to start, but that was absolutely fine, so I just applied there, and then after seeing that the course and the content was perfect for me and perfect alongside the job I was doing at the time. Going to university is something I've done purely for myself, but having doing so, I've been a positive role model for my children. They see me studying, they see me achieving. My daughter applied for uni 1 year ago and is now studying as well, so I feel like from seeing me doing it, it has benefited her too. I've managed to fit into my busy life. I have 7 children and I work part-time, but by organising myself, having a timetable, I've found the spots where the studying fits in and it just slots in perfectly. Studying child and family studies has benefited me in my professional role at work, as I use new knowledge gained in my practice, also things that I did automatically before as both a practitioner but also as a mum. I now can see the theory behind it, the reasons why I'm doing it, building bonds with the children, listening to stories about what they did yesterday, what movie they saw last week. I see the importance of building those attachments. That gives me a sense of pride as I know I'm doing well in my role at work. But my main gain from the programme has been my confidence levels. My confidence has increased amazingly. I was a person who didn't like going on the bus on her own. I didn't talk to strangers. I was very nervous. Now I can go in a room with people at university and use my voice and actually feel listened to. So it's kind of given me the freedom to be myself. The support on the programme is absolutely amazing. The tutors are always there available for you. If you're stuck on anything, don't understand, you can always ask them a question. And instead of just answering as well and giving you the answer, they will question you to make you think about it and try and find the answer yourself, which then obviously expands your learning. The whole team at the Lifelong Learning Centre treat you as part of the team. I was a bit worried about the tutors being scary, being these really intelligent people, but it's just not like that at all. Everyone just talks to you as equals, which makes you feel like you belong right from your very first day. Studying at the Lifelong Learning Centre as a mature student has been absolutely amazing. I feared that I would feel old at university, but if anything, it's made me feel younger. The sense of belonging you get being in the Lifelong Learning Centre is amazing, so you don't feel like you stand out as being different because there are obviously other mature students around you. I've met people younger than me but also older than me studying the same course and other courses too, so you do feel like you belong. I can't actually imagine doing it any other way. I no longer look back at myself as an 18-year-old and regret not applying to university then, because I feel like I'm doing it at the perfect time and in the perfect place now. I wouldn't choose it any other way. In the future, I intend to carry on studying towards my BA Honours degree, and then I probably will carry on and do a Master's degree after that. I find it very hard to think about where I'm going to be at the end of my university journey, because being here is where I feel like I'm meant to be, and I don't actually want to leave. So that is a hard question, but I assume one day I will get to that point and I will use the qualifications gained to progress my career, hopefully get a higher salary and have a happier life. If you were thinking about applying to university but wondering if it might not be for you, I would say just go for it like I did. It's absolutely amazing. I'm already wishing I could rewind time and redo the last 2 years. I believed I was going to be too old for university, but I was wrong. I thought I wasn't intellectual enough for university, but I'm actually doing really, really well and I've surprised myself. I also thought I wouldn't have time to fit the studying in, but I was wrong, just a bit of organisation, and it worked for me. I could have easily talked myself out of applying, as I had done many times in the past, but I didn't, and I'm so grateful to myself that I didn't. If you were thinking of applying, even if it's just a slight little niggle in your mind, just go for it. I went for it and I'll never ever forget that I did that. It's just the best thing, it's the best decision I've ever made. If I can do it, anybody can. I was such a shy, quiet person and it has changed my life. So I would just say, just jump in with both feet.